I know you guys were expecting this to happen, and well, it's finally here. Somebody actually decided to make a new start date for Wiki 3, and we're starting in 1444. And boy, is it an amazing start date, because yes, it's the standard EU4 start date, the best game out of all Paradox games. Unchallenged up until now, and pretty sure it's going to be unchallenged for the next few years also. So let's see what this mod is made out of, shall we? Now, you probably are used to this start date, and you probably know what the map should be looking like. Well, technically, the standard EU4 map is a little bit wrong, but this map's fairly accurate from certain perspectives. There's still stuff that doesn't... Oh my god, what is this? Why is my beloved Brandenburg shown as Brunswick? What about Brunswick? Brunswick is also here. Hold on a second. We got Brunswick 1, Brunswick 2, same flag, reversed, and the leader is Friedrich von Hohenzollern, and his age is minus 306. Okay, what the schnaps is going on here? Why is his age have a minus in front of it? Why is he 360 years old? Reversed? Okay, that... Full disclosure, guys, the mod is still in development. I was thinking of waiting until this gets a little bit more developed, but I decided to make a video on it because I'm just really excited to play this out a little bit, especially since we can actually play as Byzantium now, which again is ruled by a minus 340 years old Ioannis Palaiologos. Fair enough, my boys, fair enough. I'm curious if this is just a basic port over from EU4 or if they actually did do some research in making this mod. It's probably just a port over. Looking at the borders here, like, this makes no sense. Muscovy was actually not this big in 1444. It had a lot of other Russian principalities, and same goes for a lot of other stuff around the map. The Anatolian Peninsula was a little bit different too. There was Benevento over here, which was an enclave of the Papal States within the Neapolitan area. And Naples, of course, starts off as a junior partner in a personal union under Aragon. So at least we got that accurate, right? Let's see what they did in France here. So France, okay, I feel like everybody is a kid. Oh, wait, is that actually the case? Oh my god, it is. Holy snaps, everybody's a child in this game. Okay. Clearly, that must be a script error, so we're gonna move on from that. Why is Aragon 4th great power? What? Come on, man. And France's 13th great power? This just doesn't make any sense right now. How is France's GDP higher, population higher, and literacy higher, and Aragon is still above it in the great power rank? Is it because of prestige? It might be because of prestige, wouldn't it? Because everything else is way above Aragon's levels here for France. We do have Auvergne, Armagnac, Bourbonnais, quite literally all the nations we have in EU4. Even Nevers, Brabant, Flanders, and Holland as junior partners of Burgundy. Let's see what Mr. Charles looks like. Oh, sorry, Philippe, I guess. Charles is not yet around, is he? He must be minus 380 years old, I guess, at this point. One thing that's pretty weird is that we have Lombardia rather than Milan. That just makes absolutely no sense. Lombardia was not around for a while. It was, in fact, Milan. And we do not have, surprisingly, Saluzzo. So I guess not all the countries from EU4 have been ported, have they? One thing's for sure, though, whatever the case and whatever the game, if we're playing 1444, Ireland is a cluster schnitzel of small schnappeldupe nations here. The usual suspects, let's say. At least we got that pretty well documented here. It's weird, though, that Tyrone's got a different shape here compared to the EU4 one. Maybe they know something I don't know. Let's check out the New World. How do they manage to do the natives? I'm curious. Alright, so pretty much all of the natives are decentralized powers. They are not actual nations. And I'm assuming you cannot play as them. Nope, cannot play as decentralized nations. Oh, that means that whoever goes colonial is going to become the strongest nation in this game fairly easy. So that's giving me a few ideas as to what I'm going to be playing up next and having a little bit of fun with. Let's check out Asia as well. We got the massive Oirat state here and the Great Mongol state as a vassal of Oirats. Yes, that is correct. Ming is around too, and boy is Ming a massive power. Sadly, it's an unrecognized major power, so they got that going for them. Japanese shogunate, we don't have all of the daimyos, but we do have the Ashikaga separate, and the Japanese shogunate separate, and there's no diplomatic relations between them. Okay, that might be a little bit of an issue. Like, if Ashikaga is separate from the rest of Japan, how would Ashikaga enforce any sort of a rule over the rest of Japan? Wouldn't they just get massively overpowered and conquered by Shogunate Japan? I have no clue what's going on. Also, why is Japan's shogun 1,052 years old? I need to know what this dude eats for dinner, okay? That's clearly how he managed to get up to 1,000 years old. Or maybe he's got an elixir of eternal youth. I don't know. Something's definitely fish in these lands, though. Definitely smells like fish. Now I'm literally going through all of this, and Japan's shogunate is the only nation that has a adult leading it. What is going on here, man? Now I really want to play as them. You know what? We'll do that. Let's check first the Timurids here, Ajam, the Arabian Peninsula. It's actually fairly similar to EU4. The Mamelukes are actually just Egypt now, not the Mamelukes. And then Africa, you can play all the way up to Ajuran, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else you can play afterwards. Let's check out how the Imperial Shogunate's going to be dealing with situations now that we start with a 1,000 years old ruler. So now I really want to see what the technologies look like. We seem to have actually default standard technologies. I'm not seeing anything new here. Maybe there's something down the line. Nope. It's just we start with, with pretty much vanilla text right here. This is, in fact, what Japan, I believe, normally starts with. You got to research colonization in order to start colonizing in the default game, the northern bits of the world. But I guess that's not an issue in this one, is it? If I unpause, does my leader instantly die or something? Because he should be dying at 1,000 years old. If he doesn't, then I have no idea what's going on here. He might be a Romanian vampire disguised as an actual Japanese shogun. Yep, he's definitely not dying. Things are getting weirder and weirder, my boys. What about buildings? Do we have the same buildings also? We do pretty much have the same buildings, yeah. Even the same resources. So I guess the mod is extremely in alpha mode right now. I believe we are an isolated nation. Yes, we have isolationism still. And there's 66% approval for this, which is huge. So I guess this is just default. Oh my god, am I playing as default Japan against everybody else being primitive and schnaps? I gotta check this. Let me actually tag in and see if the other nations have worse techs and so on, or if it's equally done everything. Let's see. Ottoman politics are okay. They're pretty bad, to be fair. They still have serfdom, debt S over here, no health system, no schools, no police, just like modern Turkey. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Turkey definitely has a very modern police force. And I believe they also have the technologies that Turkey has in the default. No, I'm wrong. They actually have better technologies than Turkey has in the default game. They actually have mobile artillery. They have skirmish infantry. Turkey does not start with skirmish infantry, my man. Holy snaps. Ottoman Empire starts better than Turkey starts in our timeline. Well, actually, no, it's not Turkey. It's the Ottoman Empire in Vicky 3 also, let's face it. But you can form Turkey if you wanted to. That's what I'm trying to say here, I guess. That begs the question now, what about Constantinople / Wait a second. Is Byzantium a great power? What? Why is Byzantium the 8th great power? Okay, I have a lot of questions right now. So, looking at this makes no sense. Great Britain is first, Ottoman Empire, Karakoyunlu, Aragon, Denmark, France, Lithuania, Byzantium. What? Byzantium's got 900,000 GDP, bro. I assume that because of the prestige it's like this. See, this is something I don't get about Victoria 3. Why is it that great powers are decided more about the prestige than the other things, right? That just doesn't make too much sense in my book. Because even though prestige, of course, you know, countries do have a certain amount of prestige, what really matters is their industrial output and the size of their armies and the strength of their armies, right? I mean, look at this. Byzantium cannot even supply its own wood. It's got wood shortage. That's how bad it is for these bad boys here. I'm actually surprised that they have a positive on their balance right now. Oh, it must be from all of the consumption taxes. Look at that. Consumption tax on everything. You want to breathe air? Have some consumption tax. You want to poop? We got a poop consumption tax in our lands, boys. It's almost the same like modern Romania. And no, I'm not exaggerating on this one. Well, a little bit maybe. I've gotten an idea of what the world is like and what's actually going on here. And I truly believe the best nation to be playing as right now is Castile. That's right, we're going full Castilian, and the reason for that is because I want to see how fast I can get the colonialism going in the New World and how fast I can actually colonize the entirety of the New World. I think it's going to be pretty fun if we actually conquer the whole New World as the Castilians from colonization, since there's basically very little other countries to fight us, right? We got no colonial affairs. Alright, that is actually an issue. Let's try and get some colonial affairs in, shall we? We changed our government. Now it's going to let us get some colonial affairs. We got 17% chance. So let's actually go for colonial resettlement for now. Let's also get our technologies going. I'm curious to see how this game actually is going to properly run now. And how the other countries around me are going to be behaving. Let's get nationalism about 400 years earlier. Nothing wrong can come of that, right? Looks like we have massive shortages of paper though. So let's change over to simple organization until we fix that situation. Queue up one paper mill. And we're also going to queue up a couple more construction sectors. Let's say literally 2 more in Toledo. Alt click so we queue them up to being built first. We don't need any armies, irregulars. We actually start with this, so that's perfect. We can change to harvesting tools once we actually have... We do have tools, alright. So let's change to harvesting tools right now. The cool part is that the game is actually going to be running a lot smoother than the base vanilla Vicky 3 because there's going to be less population in the world and we're going to assimilate pops a lot faster to our primary culture. Oh, okay, we quite literally got that almost instantly. That is insane. Fair enough. Let me set up my vital interest in that case and let's go with Central America. We're going to do a classic Spain here, and we're going to start with our colonies in Cuba and work our way from there into the Mexican parts. Boom shakalaka, skibidi bobadoo, and that's it. I want to start getting these first. I don't want to overstretch just yet. I need to get more institution levels for my colonial affairs. So I got to get more bureaucracy first and foremost, which means I got to build those paper mills, followed up by changing the production method back to standardized filing systems for the government administration. The interesting part is how I don't really get much import. Countries are not really producing much. Like, look at this. There's almost no import route. Wait a second. Am I isolationist? Is that why? Yes! I just realized. I start as an isolationist Castile. Alright, I see what's going on here. Alright, well, in that case, let's try to stop being an isolationist Castile. We got a lot of authority points though, so we can use that. Liquor tax, services tax of course, and tea tax. I guess this is mainly going to affect the British minority of our country. Hey, we managed to get a good 20% enactment chance for the secret police, which is the police that nobody knows about because it's secret, okay? Oh god, that's bad. We actually just enacted this. We went up to minus 250 bureaucracy because of it, so we are basically getting no tax. We got 100% tax waste. That is really bad. That is actually really bad. Let me change over to this in that case. Even though I don't have the paper, I'd rather work my way through that than actually not have any income at all. Come on, paper mill. You are absolutely desperately needed right now. I'm going to queue up a second paper mill right afterwards in Toledo. We're also attempting to get agrarianism, but we only have 19% success chance for this, so it's fairly slim success chance. I doubt that we're gonna get this anytime soon. We might even get some rebels. There you go. We actually got a debuff. Minus 15 or minus 10%. Oof. Yeah. 9% success chance. Highly doubt this is actually gonna go through. Alright, I see what's going on here. Yep, let's cancel this. Let's try and get another legislation in that case. Let's try and get the professional army. This also has a pretty strong opposition though, so let's see. Also need to build some more admin centers or government administration, so let's build one in Castile and another one in Toledo afterwards. Oh, I actually have a little bit of support going for serfdom abolishment, so I might try that next if professional army fails, which it does seem like it will fail. Look at this, Schnaps, minus 15%, went down to 0 chance, of course. Of course, that's pretty much the way that this game always works when it comes to RNG, isn't it? I get the best luck ever, obviously. Oh, what? I've actually unlocked serfdom abolished? What? Well, I've spoken too soon, haven't I? I actually am lucky in this game, man. What do you know? It can happen. Dreams can happen, guys. Alright, we need to also build up some ports in the newly established colonies. So we're gonna queue that up too. Honestly, the second that we fixed the majority of our bureaucracy issues, our economy just absolutely skyrocketed. So now we can also start by banning certain institutions we don't want around our country. Let's check our colonial progress here. Wait a second. We almost fully colonized Haiti and Santo Domingo. Wait, we actually fully colonized Jamaica though. Oh my lord, we can make it an incorporated state. I'm not going to do that though because right now I'm getting 100% migration attraction because I got the colonial resettlement policy. So all of my unincorporated states are getting a ton of migrants, which is amazing because we want all of those migrants. All right, we just passed that legislation super fast as well. We want all of those migrants to be going to the new world and making the new world great again, essentially. Yeah, we definitely need more admin buildings though and more paper mills. So let's get another paper mill in Toledo, and let's also get another admin building over in Castile. That will be the 5th one. We also have to start getting our basic industry going, so let's go with some gold mines in Asturias. We queued up already a sulfur mine in Western Andalusia, which we need for our fertilizer factories. Kind of sounds weird saying fertilizer factory in 1448, but I guess it is a fertilizer factory, so what can I call it, right? We got a lot of support for religious schools though, so that's almost a guarantee it's gonna pass, and it did pass. Oh boy, let me check my queue again. Gotta build up those government administration buildings fast again because of various reasons, i.e. we just passed another legislation. Holy snaps, Japanese shogunate and Ming have huge amount of GDP compared to us, followed by Ottomans, Joseon, Lithuania, France, Egypt, and Bahmanis. Wow. Well, we're working our way up there, so we'll be number 1-0 in no time, let's say. Meanwhile, we can also get landed voting, so we're a proper modern nation in 1448. And we're also going to be promoting social mobility all around our states because we have a ton of extra authority points lying around. So we might as well do that. Oh, and we can get national values where we assimilate and convert a lot faster too. Let's do that in the south where I believe we still have a little bit of Andalusians. We don't have as many Castilians, do we? There you go. We got 99% Andalusians in the state of Eastern Andalusia, which kind of makes sense, right? Let's check the culture map mode, actually. Let's see what we have here. We got Spanish in most of Castile, Andalusian in the south. We got Catalan, Galician, Basque, Occitan, French, North, South German, Romanians. I do believe this is the standard map from Vicky 3, but I might be wrong. It does look insanely similar though. I feel like Tatar maybe is a little bit more spread out in this map than it is in 1444, to be fair. Definitely a lot more spread out in this map. So I guess they did do some changes to the culture map mode as well for the mod. Let's see what it looks like in Asia. Alright, yeah, they definitely did some changes. I can see a few changes around, but nothing major, nothing massive, that's for sure. Is this accurate? Is all of this supposed to be that much Danish? Isn't it like half? Oh, yeah, it is half Danish and half North German. That makes a lot more sense now. The little Brandenburg Schnitzeldorf in me was about to rage and say like, yo, this is not accurate. Hey, I am like that sometimes. What do you want? Okay, don't judge me. Let's check my colonies here. We got 175 Tainos. Whoa, we actually have a lot of population in the colonies. Holy snaps. We got to be careful with these new cultures that we're colonizing here. We got to make sure that they don't become the predominant culture in our country overall. Time to increase our industrial output by a little bit more. Let's go with another 3 construction sectors in Toledo. And let's also get charity hospitals. The best hospitals right after public hospitals, of course. We're quickly making a name for ourselves here. We are now ranked as 3rd great power. A lot of this prestige comes from being leading producer of various things, as well as from our Navy, Army power projection. What are we the leading producer of? Explosives, groceries, and services. Fair enough. It's a very weird mix, to say the least. Would be pretty awesome if I had like a decision to actually get a personal union over Aragon if there was at least like an event or something that happened. But I highly doubt that's the case right now. Like I said earlier, the mod is extremely in early alpha. So we can probably expect something like that to happen a little bit later down the line. Maybe in a month or two, maybe after a couple more patches for the base of Victoria 3 as well. Let's see, fingers crossed. I'm actually curious, what do you guys think about the 1.2 patch? How you feel it impacts the game now after the release, and what you like to see in the next patch whenever that's going to be coming out. Also, time to expand our declared interests in the New World. I'm actually going to set up the southern tip of North America here as my next interest, and I'm going to be setting up some colonies in proper Mexico now. Let's go with the Mayan side. 77 days. That's it, really. Okay, in that case, let's get a few of these going at the same time. Since we already finished all of the Caribbeans, well, most of the Caribbeans, really. King intervenes in political process. Well, sounds like the king's on the side of the wealthy here. What a shock, my friends. What an absolute shocker. Also, time to change our units to skirmish infantry because we will be starting our assault against Granada and then afterwards against Aragon. We definitely want to be unifying the Iberian Peninsula under the Great Castilian flag. Whilst we're doing all of that, we also need to build up our wooden industry. We're lagging behind with that, so I queued up about 10 extra logging camps to fix our wood shortage. Also, we managed to become the world's greatest power since we have the highest amount of prestige now. Again, most of this is obviously from being the leading goods producer for a variety of goods. Holy mother of God, the cost for clippers just skyrocketed. Looks like it's time to build some more shipyards. Alright, boyos. Papetsky. Actually, no, I'm not going to Papetsky them. I'm actually just going to conquer state since it is only one state. Oh my god, 25 infamy just for that one little schnapple dupe of a region? No freaking way. Let's mobilize our boyos, set them up by the border. It should be a fairly easy and painless war, let's call it. Well, painless for us. A little bit painful for Granada, to be fair. Oh, Aragon joined in on this. Well, in that case, my boy, it's time to take some land from Aragon. How about we take Valencia here? Valencia has pretty decent size area to take from them. Not gonna take the whole thing because I'm just gonna be puppeting them in the next war against Aragon, I guess. Actually, can I take anything else right now? I could take the Baleares as well. Let's do that too. Take the islands they have over here. Aber unsere Warstein, ja. Definitely how they speak in Castile. Trust me on that. That they're all Germans. They're tourists on vacation. For some reason, they decided to stay there. We're the Visigoths is what I'm trying to say here. You got me, boys. You got me. To be fair, I could also be the Vandals, because the Vandals also went through these lands, on their way to North Africa a while back, didn't they? Oh, meanwhile, England and France are at it. Looks like the French want to get back their holdings in France, don't they? Totally looks like an accurate depiction of medieval combat right here. Tents, trench warfare, and machine guns. That's exactly how it was in history. Wait, did we just lose that battle? Hold up a second. We still have 100, so we're going to enforce on them. Nice. Now we can focus 100% on Aragon. But yeah, my point is that, my American viewers, you should totally tell your history teachers about these famous trench warfare battles from the 1400s. They did happen. You have proof right over here. You can show them the video as well if you want. They'll be so impressed with you. Oh, yes. And the generals, they were little kids. Look at this. This guy is like minus 328. This one's minus 338. So this is a very well depicted scene of medieval baby generals fighting for the lands in Iberia. I love mods in the PDX community. No, I'll slap you. Oh no, I'll slap you. Poo poo. And now Valencia's mine. Boom shakalaka. Ya gone. I like how the odds are so much in my favor that I got a 77% advantage. It's almost as if I actually have arms factories and they don't. Which is actually what's going on here. They don't have arms factories. Okay, now I'm just picking on kids, aren't I? I mean, this is not even funny anymore. Hold on a second. Does this kid have a beard? Wait, was that a beard? Yeah, no, I think that's actually a neck scarf, isn't it? I totally thought that's a red beard on that little kid. Which is plausible. I've seen kids with red beards, massive red beards, alright? Technically, that was in The Lord of the Rings, and they were dwarfs, but still kids, okay? So it still counts. What the hell is this? Spanish Alliance. What? What the hell is this country? I've never heard... Chieftain Juan Carlos de... What? Okay, is this colonizable? Oh, my lord, it is. I should have done this a while back. I thought I started with all of this owned already, man. What the hell? Spanish Alliance. Come on. What's next? A union between Aragon and Castile. Stop it with the fables, guys. Imagine if that union was also because of a couple of people getting married. That's even more unrealistic. What? What? No, I'm totally not violently suppressing the people in the conquered lands. I'm not doing it, okay? You have no proof of it. Wait, no, this is not accurate here. Just don't look at it. I feel like it's time that we increase the amount of colonization growth that we have. I was gonna be clicking on education as well, but that can wait. Who needs educated people when you have all of the new world for yourself, right, guys? Come on. Oh my lord, look how quickly we're growing, and we are the only ones right now colonizing, aren't we? Holy shit, we actually are the only ones colonizing. What? Oh my god, I'm gonna become insanely overpowered, aren't I? Yes, yes I am. Oh, this is so juicy. I love it. Finally, we reached the point where we actually build the gold mines in Asturias, which is quite literally minting gold for ourselves, increasing our treasury by quite a little bit. Also, it's about time that we got rid of Navarra. It's a little bit of a thorn in our schnappeldoop here. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Delhi just supported Navarra. What? Where is that Delhi from Indonesia? What? Quite literally, a Sumatran country is supporting Navarra. Were you guys like friends in kindergarten or something? What's going on here, man? Oh, wait, they back down? Oh, okay, never mind. Haha, Delhi, you cannot do schnapps now, because Navarra is a mine. Oh no, they had one more province, didn't they? No! Now it's gonna be border gore. The epic bit is that we also can build dye workshops in our colonies right after we finish these ports over here, so we can start changing some of our production methods to production methods that use dyes, which significantly will boost up our economy. And we're gonna be one of the few countries that actually have dye productions going in Europe. Actually, we might be the only country that has dye production going in Europe, wouldn't we? Now, I think the Turks actually have dye, don't they? Coal went up in price by a ton, so I'm gonna queue up a few coal plantations. And by coal plantations, I mean coal mines. Coal plantations. What's wrong with me, man? Sometimes I say the weirdest things, I swear. Holy schnaps, we're colonizing insanely fast now. Look at that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colonies at the same time. And it takes less than 300 days, 250 on average, to colonize a province in each of these states. That is ridiculous, dude. We also managed to get up to third great power when it comes to GDP, and we're still going up there. Soon we'll be taking over the Japanese shogunate and eventually Ming as well, which start with all of that GDP, by the way. So we kind of already won this, didn't we, boys and girl? Boys and girl. Curious what the rest of the world's up to. Let's see. Poland seems to be doing pretty well for itself. It does not have the union over the Lithuanians, though, does it? No, it doesn't. Oh, schnaps. So they're separate entities now, I see. The Ottoman Empire has not moved a single inch. In fact, most countries have not moved a single inch for that matter. There's a couple of rebellions here and there, but the world is fairly static. That's the reality of a mod like this. Like, you cannot expect EU4 AI and EU4 mechanics to be properly implemented in a game like Victoria 3, right? But I mean, it's still a fun game and I'm enjoying it, so that's what matters at the end of the day. And it's time to get the rest of Aragon under our control. That did bring us up to 91 infamy, but it is totally worth it, I have to say, because then we're gonna look pretty on the map, okay? Oh, Navarra sided with them. That's awesome. We can conquer and actually unify the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula now. Well, the parts that matter. We don't care about Portugal. You know, we only care about real countries here, alright? Ah, yes, my boys. Crush them Neapolitans. They see me rolling. They hating. Trying to ride me dirty? Trying to ride me dirty. What are the lyrics to this song? How does it feel getting beaten up by a little kid, huh? How does it feel, King of Navarra? Or whoever the schnaps you are, General Koldebagi. Oh, we managed to enforce on Navarra. That's one out of the way now. Let's finish him off and get the rest of Aragon. It's honestly a lot of nations here that we're fighting in order to get Aragon, including the Byzantines are trying to help him out. Come on. Beganya scumbag Byzantoms. Look at that juicy beard this man has over here. He's got an absolutely glorious beard, doesn't he? Guess you could say it's a Byzantine beard, eh? When are those gonna come back in style? Nobody knows. I wish I knew, though. I'd definitely be down to have a Byzantine beard, except I can only grow here and here, nothing on the cheeks. It's like the bane of my existence, really. I'm like a girl, but except, you know, I got a pee-pee, so not very different, really. The last brave defenders of Aragon are actually Neapolitans. What? Okay. Looks like they're letting the Neapolitans do the dirty work for them, aren't they? Alright, we have Capitulatskun, Aragon, and we have beautiful Spain borders. Oh, absolutely amazing right here. And when we look at the New World, it's even better, because we're getting a lot of land without having to do anything. Right now, as it stands with the mod, literally the meta is to just go for the New World. Go for colonial affairs, you gain a ton of population, a ton of resources, a ton of everything from simply clicking buttons on the New World. It's absolutely glorious, and I love it. But that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the little mod review and highlight, whatever you want to call it. I'll post a link to the mod in the description below. And until the next time, guys, check out this awesome Japan run. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support. If anybody else would like to also support me, you will find the links in the description.